Professor Turner, I feel bound to tell you that the entire Ethics Committee of the National Federation feels this is a most important inquiry. As you well know, the behavioral sciences are fair game in some quarters for constant criticism. What you have done by your experiment adds fuel to that fire. Now, proceeding for the record. You have been charged with violating the canons of behavior of the Federation in that you callously and deliberately disregarded the rights of human subjects in your experiments and have possibly caused them lasting and severe emotional or physical damage.
I reject the charges categorically.
Yes, we understand that.
And expected no less.
This inquiry, I thought, was to be exploratory.
Preliminary, yes. Should we decide to impanel the full Ethics Committee after this, you will, of course, have the benefit of counsel.
Counsel?
Yes. For the possible courses of action open to the committee, all have legal force.
I see. If you expel me, cut off my work possibilities, you wish to protect me first, I see.
We are exploring, Professor. Examining. Let us proceed.
We ought to cut right through to the heart of things, I believe. There is a certain Barry Dahlquist, one of the subjects listed. Apart from the propriety of utilizing under the given conditions someone known to you, we understand you haven't seen the man since you finished your experiment.
The least Dr. Crossland can do, it seems to me, is not to indicate her prejudices so openly. Why not wait to hear from Professor Turner on the background of his works?
Who is speaking here?
I'm Professor Benjamin Franklin Reed, Psychology Department at this university. Now, I realize that a hornet's nest has been stirred up by Turner's work, and sides are being chosen all over the place, all of which indicates the importance of what it is he has done. Now, if the committee chooses to censure him, or worse, the indication, willy-nilly, is a rejection of his findings, which you say you're not here to judge.
Professor Reed, we must have procedure here and not polemic, so this inquiry will cease and resume in the Federation offices under more private conditions. Dr. Turner, you have some background material to discuss, yes?
I was there for the university, see. I thought I was part of an important experiment. While I certainly didn't feel good about hurting someone with electric shocks, I thought it was necessary. I was told it was necessary.
Don't you feel, Mr. Dennison, that you had a right not to be deceived, that in fact you had every right to have put your trust in Rutledge?
And I dare say from now on you may be rather suspicious of legitimate institutions, eh?
But Dr. Goodman, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. The subjects put their trust in the experimenter in the same way people put their trust in the state or any other authority. And the experiment was based on just that parallel. As to why the switches were pulled, it was not because, as some have suggested, I gave them the chance to let go the beast in man. Subjects reacted the way they did because, as it turns out, they respect authority. They didn't want to let institutions down. They agreed to do a job and wanted to finish it, all seemingly. But now, fact is.
Mr. Dennison, at this time, how do you feel about all this?
They were all, every single one of them, with the exception of Dahlquist, made aware of the facts and debriefed after they completed the run. Come on, shake hands. Shake.
What, you all right?
Sure is.
Sure. It's a put-up job, an act, see? I make believe I'm hurt. I yell and jump around, but I don't feel a machine at all. Oh, but I felt it. I felt that first shock.
Well, that's all there was to it. There was... After that, the circuit shut off. There were never any more shocks.
Oh, I thought I was killing him. Oh, I really thought I was killing you in there.
I'm sure you can appreciate the fact that in order to get any significant reactions from you, we have to create a total illusion, invent a complicated scenario.
Yeah, I can see that, sure. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Thank you, Mr. Wilbur. Bye-bye. Relax, Mr. Dennison. Sit down. You have plenty of time.
So real. I still don't understand it. Hey, wait a minute. We flipped a coin to see who was going to be the learner.
Heads? 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 Heads?
Okay.
Feel all right?
Yeah.
You think you could answer a few questions about how you felt during all this?
I'll try. Tell me, do people mostly stop someplace or go on to the end? Later on, after about a month, he called me at home and we
talked about things. And he told me that I wasn't the only one, that lots of people never broke the thing off, you know, just went on to the yellow switch. Well, it made me feel a little better. I just want to say that on my own, I would never have gone over maybe the 10th switch when he first seemed hurt.
Yes, we understand that.
One thing does stick in my mind, you know. When I went back home afterwards, told my wife what had happened, she couldn't believe it. Then when she finally got to understand it all, the whole thing, the switches and everything, and how I had completed the whole series, she looked at me very strangely, and she said, "Well, now you can call yourself Eichmann."
Why did you want a faculty prediction in addition, Professor?
Because I was genuinely interested in what we as professionals think about these mechanisms.
I suggest there was another reason.
There was no other reason.
To set yourself up as the voice of truth against everyone else's fallacy?
Never. I happen to respect this faculty greatly.
Yet, sir, you never indicated to them your further true intentions, which were to construct a reality of the projected situation.
Determined to construct it, no matter what the cost might be to anyone.
Cost, as you put it, is relative. What is any knowledge worth? What risks do you take for it?
That, of course, is the entire question, Doctor.
That's your question, sir. I took great precautions against any undue risks. My question was, why Andersonville? Why Auschwitz? Why My Lai? Why? How? When again?